Hi, everyone. It is still April 13. In 6 minutes, it will be April 14. Look at these frequencies. In my 11 years of looking at radar, looking at satellite, trying to understand what's going on, I have never seen radar quite like I have seen it just in the recent couple of months. It's getting worse and worse. The frequencies, the extremely low frequencies, the high frequencies, Doppler radar. I see so many strange anomalies in our precipitation like I've never seen before. So this is now, which is 11:54 p.m. I guess, what am I in? Western Montana. Is that mountain time? Look at this. It's been off the charts just in the last couple of days. And guess what? Severe weather. We had severe weather down south. So you have the extremely low frequencies belting away in Texas. This has been a standard. These extremely low frequencies just the coast of Southern California. But wow. All right. The frequencies that I'm seeing, Florida, well, really from Texas right on to the East Coast, have become more and more intense, and it's not good. It's not good. They're using those frequencies for a reason. What's the reason? Well, I can tell you, it's not good. And considering the severe weather and these these destructive hailstorms that I'll show you in a moment, well, look, when I see frequencies like this, I know man's hand is in these weather events. So, okay, this is April 13 at 11:56 p.m. Now, this was on the 12th at 3:17 a.m. And Mexico certainly does get their share of extreme, severe, bizarre hailstorms. But look at this. 3:17 a.m. How are you feeling? How are you guys feeling in Texas? How are you, Louisiana? How are you feeling? Well, actually, I've seen these extremely low frequencies in Montana blasting away like I've never seen before. So, when I see these frequencies, I know that severe weather is coming, and it came, and it's still coming, and it's severe weather week. You know, as I do my searches, I'm looking at these articles, and I'm like reading the headlines. Are you kidding me? Severe weather week. In many states, they're having severe weather week. But look at this. Okay? I have never seen the frequencies blasting away as they are doing, pulsating, blasting. North Carolina, South Carolina, Florida, Georgia, and, you know, just go west, young man. Yeah, it's not good. It's not good. So, the effect that these extremely low frequencies have on all life, two-legged, four-legged, trees, everything, very detrimental. When I see them blasting away like this, I can't help but think, I'm sure there's millions of people who are really not feeling very well, probably not sleeping very well. Okay, so that's the 12th. Let me just show you the captures. So, okay, 12/3/17. 12/3/17. Let's do 12. This is the 12th at 11:30 p.m. Well, 11:22 p.m. So, look at these. Nevada, you sometimes have a real light show. But will you look at what's happening in Texas? Okay? It just, wow. You have severe thunderstorms that are, well, nicely, placed. But they erupt immediately. Look at that. But look at these frequencies. Look at what's happening here. (11:22 p.m. on the 12th. And you had quite a lot of severe weather in many states. But this is really... Okay, that's not how Mother Nature works. It's not how she works. Really and truly. All right. Let me go to the next one. This is at 9:19 a.m. Mountain Time. So it's like 11:19. Oh my God. All right. New Orleans had flooding in streets. Streets were closed off. Hail. Lots of really large hail. Golf ball, baseball size. Hundreds and hundreds of cars. Just literally the windows. The damage that the hail did to not just the windows, but the body of the car. But look at this little round white puff blow up. Manufactured by man. I mean, I look at this and I think, oh my God, what the hell? These meteorologists, everybody is just a friggin' liar, okay? I can't stand it. I'm the lying has become so obvious now. And, to be in the country, the people of the lie, where, people just don't care. I can't stand it. So that is not, and this is not. I mean, look at this. You've got these blast waves that are, the air mass is going in opposite directions. Interesting. And you can see the microwaves right up here. So the meteorologist will never, ever, ever tell the truth. And that should piss everybody off. Because the damage from these storms, from man controlling weather, well, I think many of you have seen that damage. I think many of you have actually experienced that damage. I know some of you have. And some of you have actually had repeats of that severe weather. So, yeah, you're seeing the air masses going in all different directions, and the air mass is stagnating, and Oh boy. All right. So this was what time? At 1:50 p.m. today. 1:50 p.m. today. And you get, look, what? You have these circling plasma with blips of precipitation in it. This is a whole new radar from what it used to be. So, how is it possible that you have these meteorologists who never ever say a word about what's going on? Look at this. Yep. So that whole blob of that sudden, the suddenness of the storm that developed in Texas disappears. But this didn't disappear. So the manufactured cloud just grows. And if you see these right-angled cuts or perfect circular patterns or these defined lines that appear, you know man's hand is in this. So, I'm taking a look at all of the incredible frequencies in play. But I wanted to come down here. Oh, I was looking at trying to see the frequencies in Minnesota. So let's take a look at this. And you will see this whole thing is so charged with high frequencies, with extremely low frequencies, with sawtooth frequencies. And, they're calling for more severe weather down south. Look at this. Now, I go over a lot of this. If you don't understand what I'm talking about, you're going to have to look at my playlist, Weather Modification, on my primary channel, Never Lose Truth. And, you're going to educate yourself. But this is new. This whole, well, you can see the extremely low frequencies, but I've never seen that. It is frequencies, but it is oh my God. And these weather fronts are like racing through. So I could imagine that you might be experiencing an awful lot of high wind. But look at this. Now, could you have tornadoes in the next couple of days? Down south, yes, you could. Because when you see this perfect circular pattern, if you pull out and do the whole perfect circle, tornadoes can erupt in the area center of that circle. But look at how many circles you would have to fill out here. So, yeah, I went to see if you were having severe weather, and sure enough, you were. Sure enough, you were. Severe weather moves to Gulf Coast as damaging winds, hail, flash flooding expected. And a cold blast is moving through the Rockies and upper Midwest. Well, that's true. It is cold. It is cold. And we've had the weirdest weather, no sun, pellet snow, and I'm going to do a video on that. So it's the 13th still, and this is at 8:02 p.m. Still blasting away. Look, we're at war on so many different fronts. And this is one of those fronts. The weather front. Yeah, I have never seen frequencies quite like I have been seeing. And that tells me that they've upped their game. They've upped their friggin' game. This is at still the 13th, and now we're at 10:31 p.m. Okay, so and those of you who've also looked at radar or even watched, my videos or somebody else's videos, you will see, no doubt, a very different happening. Pulsating extremely low frequencies here in Texas. Boom. That's very dangerous. So, yeah, things are not going to get better. So, I hope that you have bug out bags, that you are prepared for anything. Tornado, huge hail that will shatter your windows, your car windows, do body damage to your car, come through your roof, or trees. If you have trees and they don't look healthy and they are close to your house, if you have the money, I would take them down. But and also, we're not getting all of the information. And I don't have the energy anymore to look the way I used to look, search, because when I would see things like this, I would go try to find the local papers or the local news on YouTube to try to find out what was going on. I don't have it in me anymore. So if, and there's a pulsating here in Arkansas. Okay. And also up here in Kansas. So, any of you who are experiencing a weather event that is reportable, please leave comments below. Florida, certainly down in, from Texas on. I don't mean to leave anybody else out. So please, if you also have experienced severe weather, let us know. What I find interesting, though, is the National Weather Service. Now, I've seen these articles. Periodically, they come out. National Weather Service is having bandwidth problems, internet problems, and, well, they're having outages. And they've been warning that because of high demand, a whole lot of people are looking at radar, that there's going to be less and less accessibility for the public. Not entirely sure if that's going to affect me, but it will affect everybody, because what's been happening, well, system-wide internet failure Tuesday. This was March 31st. So really just about 2 weeks ago. So they have a major system-wide internet failure Tuesday, making its forecast and warnings inaccessible to the public and limiting the data available to its meteorologists. Okay. Well, what was happening 2 weeks ago? About 50 tornadoes. It's really... Okay. Highlights systemic, long-standing issues with its information technology infrastructure. Oh, its infrastructure. The National Weather Service? Really? Don't you think that's important? Don't you think that they might have updated their internet? Okay, when I read things like this, and based on the radar and satellite that I have been seeing, the drastic changes, and those changes are coming about due to their use of Doppler radar, extremely low frequencies, microwaves, the blast waves you can see in the clouds. I pointed them out in Texas. Or the sudden eruption of these, the beat red is really like a thunderstorm. In line, little blobs of thunderstorm in line. They don't want people seeing this. So they have a bandwidth shortage that forced it to propose and implement limits to the amount of data its customers can download. The launch of a radar website that functioned inadequately and enraged users, a flood, no pun, at its data center in Silver Spring, Maryland, that has stripped access to key ocean buoy observations. Wow. So, that is a key. You know, when you get these hurricanes, when you have mainstream media reporting 140 miles per hour, you go to the ocean buoys and you find, well, wait a second. That buoy is telling us something different than mainstream media. Oh, man. Multiple outages in their chat. It's programmed for conveying critical information to broadcasters and emergency managers relied upon during severe weather events. The Weather Service is working to evaluate and implement solutions. But this has been going on for years. Okay. The lack of data limited what modeled data and observations Weather Service meteorologists could use to make forecasts. So meteorologists were not happy about it. Why do these things keep happening? It's inexcusable at this point. The folks at National Weather Service are constantly dealing with IT hurdles to get their message out in recent months. The frequency and complications are about the absolute worst I've seen. That was Matt Lanza, the Houston-based meteorologist. There are absolutely no words appropriate for Twitter that can describe how maddening it is that in the year 2021, the richest and most powerful government on earth cannot get life-saving weather forecasting information to its citizens because of an internal internet outage. The perpetual, that was from, Jack Sillen at Cornell University. The perpetual tech issues has to deal with it's completely unacceptable. The response capabilities of the entire country are undermined when this happens. Samantha Montano, disaster specialist. Outages are just part and parcel of our country's massive infrastructure problems. It's hard to imagine meaningful climate resilience without addressing our literally crumbling bridges, broken roads, and 1995 data services for the National Weather Service. Oh, we can print trillions. Trillions. We can just make it out of thin air. Hey, Fed, why don't you just print what the National Weather Service needs so that people can be safe. And the forecasts, are kind of important, right? Well, even when they don't have an internet outage, are meteorologists actually forecasting accurately? March 15, the Weather Service office in Birmingham, Alabama, sent an email to media partners about their decision to switch to Slack, an instant messaging program, ahead of the tornado outbreak on March 17, which unleashed nearly 50 twisters. Oh boy, it seems that everything is just crumbling. Can't rely on anything anymore. ERCOT cancels energy conservation notice for Texans. They tweeted it here. Okay. This is amazing. They were requesting Texans to conserve energy at this time. Consumers and businesses are urged to reduce their electricity use this afternoon and into the evening. Why? I got this from a subscriber who is in Houston. And you read the article, they talk about a cold front. You had a cold front? You didn't. She said it's in the low 80s. Some of the responses on Twitter, people are saying it's 79 degrees. What are you talking about? What are they talking about, a cold front? Was it? You're also not supposed to understand anything anymore. Due to a combination of high generation outages typical in April. Is that typical for you guys in Texas? And higher than forecasted demand caused by a stalled cold front over Texas? Sorry, what's this cold front? Okay. ERCOT may enter emergency conditions. We do not expect customer outages. Declaring an emergency would allow us to access additional resources. Oh boy. This is called traumatizing your base. Traumatizing your customers. It is truly remarkable that this is going on. What? Here we go again. Oh my God, please, not again. Now what happened? Here come blackouts for days on end. Is there a specific reason as to why this request is being made? Demand might exceed supply? ERCOT, today's outlook. There is enough power for current demand. But they said demand might exceed supply, and they put out today's outlook, and everything's fine. The demand it's not going to, you're not supposed to make sense of anything anymore. Why? No. So how long is our power going to be out this time? Literally, how about you do your damn job? Hey, wow, it's 81 degrees. It's 81 degrees, but they had a cold front. It's going to be a long summer if you can't handle this demand. Yeah, and it's going to be a long summer for all of us. So, insane hailstorm, Brady, Texas, destroys Texas storm chasers' vehicle. And I can't play this because these storm chasers give you copyright strikes. Look at this. Just driving along, the hail coming down, smashing the windshield. Okay, heavy rain, lightning, and hail in North Texas. Oh, this was March 25th. I'm sorry. April 10, Texas hailstorm.
A severe thunderstorm that originated in central Texas moved through the Brazos Valley, producing hail to ping-pong ball size or even larger in parts of Bryan and College Station. On Friday evening, the storm strikes on parts of North Texas and dropped large hail. Some locals residents reported video of what they experienced. Police cars on the scene of an earlier mass shooting were among the damaged cars, according to KBTX-TV. The flagship campus of Texas A&M University in College Station was covered in ping-pong-sized hail after the storms passed. Severe thunderstorm and tornado warnings were issued for the region as the system moved eastward. Large hail was reported in cities like Alvarado, Glen Heights, Grandview, DeSoto, and Venus. Significant damage has not yet been reported as the storms continue to move through the areas. Experts suggest that North Texans should be making room in their garages as soon as possible because there is an increasing concern among forecasters for severe weather this weekend, with storms packing large to very large hail and damaging winds. That room will be needed to put vehicles inside garages to protect them from the damaging hail and strong winds. Severe thunderstorm warnings have been issued for parts of Dallas, Ellis, Hill, Kaufman, Navarro, and Rockwall counties.
Okay, that was the 10th. The hail, it's almost every day. Every day. Severe storms drop large hail on parts of North Texas. Look at the damage.
Tonight in North Texas, big hail has caused big problems for some people. In Venus, on the Johnson-Ellis County line, large hailstones smashed the back windshield out of this car. And this is from CBS 11 storm chaser Mike Prendergast. He drove through quarter-sized hail this afternoon as one storm blew through Grandview. And then viewer video, Terry Adams saw hail large enough to do damage. Look at this. You can see the stone as big as his palm. This came down south of Italy in Ellis County. And more video yet from Tony Thorson, who saw hail in Venus as well. She sent us this picture you can see as well. Pretty large hailstones, certainly enough to do damage. There were, by the way, reports of hail as large as baseball size there tonight. And Cindy Moore saw some very large hail in Lancaster. She says this is from I-35 and Bear Creek, if you happen to be familiar.
Okay, and I apologize because I actually used that clip in the last video. Severe storms, baseball-sized hail hits USA. Okay.
Here we go again.
Did you hear that glass break? And I think that's why he stopped the camera. Listen. It's insane. Our weather is now severe all the time. Homeowners talk about aftermath of large hailstorm in Orange Beach, which is either the panhandle of Florida or Alabama, I'm not sure.
Look how big that is.
A woman in Orange Beach has a look at the hailstorm as giant rocks of ice pelted areas in South Baldwin County before dawn. Some as big as baseballs or even larger. As amazing as some of these images are, the headache they leave behind is also a problem.
And I'm just glad I'm okay, but I'm really not okay because this is my beautiful car.
Hail blasted Julia's new car. Dents are everywhere thanks to ice chunks as big as tennis balls.
I'm kind of thinking about relocating as soon as I could, and good to have a garage.
The hailstorm moved through well before dawn, catching a lot of homeowners off guard.
Never been through a hailstorm like that, so I really didn't know what to think. I didn't know, if that was just kind of a normal thing with hailstorms or if that was an exceptionally bad one.
Devin will.
Nothing is normal. Nothing is normal. But they have severe weather poster contests? Are you kidding me? With children?
Commissioners and Otoe County Emergency Management Agency met earlier this week to recognize participants from Lord Central Catholic for the 2021 Nebraska Severe Weather Poster Contest. Of the 6 total submissions between Lord Central Catholic and Skyview Learning Academy, only Nick Carney received a state-level award from NEMA. Carney's poster showcases flooding and is not only prevalent in the surrounding area, but he says his drawing is more than just a picture.
I just thought it was a good one because we had one, I think that year or the year before that, so I just thought.
Talk about traumatizing children, okay? Severe weather poster contest. Oh, geez, I'd love to do that. And look at these masks on these children. Oh, God. Oh, man. Baldwin County. I believe Alabama?
Man, I still can't believe this. Look at the historic 4 inches of all hail breaking loose in Orange Beach over the weekend. Some of those ice bombs the size of baseballs, creating impact craters and smashing windows on hundreds of vehicles. Because of all that, insurance adjusters and body shops working overtime and calling in reinforcements. Shelby Myers now joining us here in studio with that story. And Shelby, you got up close and personal with this very rare event.
Yeah, I sure did, Byron. I was in Orange Beach this weekend with girlfriends, and I woke up to this 4-inch hail falling on our rooftop. Luckily, my car was fine. My friends' cars were not, and it was a struggle to get insurance companies on the phone or to find tow trucks because so many cars were hit. And today, one body shop manager tells us it's going to take some time before all damaged cars can be repaired.
Let me tell you, it sounded like somebody trying to tear up everything we had.
It looked like somebody had taken a machine gun to the car and just blasted it all over.
Joan and Johnny Stewart's car, one of dozens filling up this Autocraft collision parking lot in Gulf Shores. This weekend's historic hailstorm sent 4-inch ice balls plummeting into hundreds of cars, cracking or busting out windows, making it too dangerous to even drive them.
We've got cars as far as everybody can see. A lot of assignments, a lot of cars that haven't come in yet. Right now we're trying to assess the situation.
And the hail couldn't have come at a worse time. Autocraft Collision Center manager Jeff Heinrich says his shop is still working on damaged vehicles from Hurricane Sally.
If we can have everybody's patience, this is not something that anybody can prepare for. We do have teams here that are here to help us that do this for a living.
One cut.
Unbelievable. Really unbelievable. Oh, well.
It looked more like a hurricane. From hail and cutoff to high winds at the New Orleans lakefront, Tuesday's severe storm system brought the force of Mother Nature to southeast Louisiana. That hail piled up in Bayou Blue and in some places like St. Bernard Parish, wind gusts were more than 60 miles an hour. On Bridget Street in Metairie, the wind is partly to blame for a tree falling on 2 houses. One homeowner was not home. The other was.
I'm fine. I do. The worst house is next door, and they do have an elderly lady that would stay there, but she wasn't there, and that was my biggest concern. So but I did never expect this to happen. You know?
You see the tree? You see all of the fungal disease on this tree? If you have trees that could do a lot of damage to your home and they look like that, take them down. But this, Central Oklahoma, blows out rear window.
They're huge. Oh my God, the tree. Oh shit, we gotta cry. Oh, our windshield. No! Oh! 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 Oh my God! Look at them! They're baseballs! Christ, dude. Holy shit. Lord. Oh, fuck. Here, let's get on the right side of this tree. Yeah. Dear fucking Lord. Oh, they're getting close to softballs. They're getting big. They're getting really fucking big. Oh, shit. Oh. Baseballs, look at them! Look at them! Oh! Holy shit. Back window's gone. We just lost the back window. We just lost the back window.
Sorry, we never had hail like this before, okay? God. Llano, Texas, on the 12th. That, no doubt, is a storm chaser. Tornado touchdown in Palmetto. Several people died in the last couple of days from these storms. Seneca, South Carolina, April 10. Watch what happens to this car. Wow. That's pretty intense. I guess the wind, boom. It was a tornado? What? What was it? When man controls the weather, man can surprise you. Okay, be safe, everyone. And it's unfortunate that, you know, when you see something like this, and you would think that, you know, you don't have to be a meteorologist to realize, okay, something's up here. What are all of these lines? What are all of these colors? What's going on? Right? Unfortunately, we don't have a lot of people who are even curious today. All links are below. Stay safe, everyone.